Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the Virginia WAKA Peninsula League. I'm freaking excited to be here. I know I saw Mr. Matt Welbrock over here. Mr. I wait for my dinner, but when it comes, I run through 9/11 habanero wings like it was my freaking job.
You gotta have your manners and have your priorities.
You know what? You make manners and deliciousness and manhood a priority all at once, and I love that about you.
Glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you back. I'm glad I'm even glad you're back. Brent, the Grandmaster Dragon Commissioner of the WAKA League now.
He's like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, you know, you sit
behind that
there.
curtain.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know
in your
about
Emerald
that.
City, naming trophies after yourself.
Yeah.
And speaking of which,
Oh!
It's time!
Yeah, the draft league was fun. It was something different. It was 5 weeks. Got to play with a lot of different people. Had some good times playing kickball, but damn if it's not time for the real deal here. You know, I'm talking about VA Peninsula Wednesday nights.
War Memorial.
Oh man, Luckies. It's what's up. So we're about to get this thing started here. We're going to talk about the fall season coming up, and we're going to do a preview of all the teams.
yeah, so since we're back to Wednesday, official Peninsula Wednesday nights, when we're talking about teams, well, hey, I know we were going alphabetical order, but let's just pretend like we set it up this way. Last year's champions made it easy on us. The 5 o'clockers coming first in that rotation. Yes, Mr. Wentworth is a new proud member of that team. But they, as we know, took home the spring Wentworth Cup trophy in an epic tournament out at, not War Memorial, but
Gosnell's
thank
Hope
you very
Park.
much. A sloppy afternoon. They made the most of it.
So it's a season for the 5 o'clockers. It's going to be a different look. So when we look at the situation coming over to WAKA VA Peninsula, some of their players play with the 5 o'clockers. So gone is Daniel Reyes, although he went to pitch, please. Daniel Reyes is gone. Curtis Fabian's gone. Randy Devlin's gone. Justin Schaff is gone. So they're losing 4 guys who are key contributors, 2 of which were made all Peninsula teams, one of which would have if he would have made more games. But so that's a big hole to fill. So what did they do?
They get a big guy to fill a big hole, and then a slightly smaller guy to fill a big hole, too.
They got my fat ass to fill one of that hole. So, so with Shake and Bake dissolving, it was a good opportunity. Myself, Jeffrey Scott, John Leneve, and Roger Jackson come in, and we slide right into those slots. So it'll be good.
Speaking of sliding into slots, I recently become close with Mr. Leneve in an intimate manner, and you know I'm happy for him to be on this championship squad. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that because
I'm excited for the 5 o'clockers. Like when we started out the spring season, I was going against. I was like, "There's too much turnover. They're not going to have the same team that they had. They're going to hit a couple rough patches." And then again, we're faced with the same situation. You're losing a lot of people, but we've gained a lot of people. And I'm not going to discredit the 5 o'clockers at all going into this fall season. I look to them to be one of the top 4 teams heading into the fall, really looking to defend that WAKA championship.
And so also coming up next in the lineup, the Battlestar Ballsacktica, a team who showed market improvement last season. Fought around to about a 500 record. Don't quote me on that, but I know they came on late.
a little short of it.
Yeah, and they've added some more pieces. We talked about players they had last season, and now this season, throwing on top of that heap, quality talent they have with Brandon Silver, with George, Allison, Plesha, Pita,
who's really coming to his own in the minor leagues. So, he's getting a little offense under his game.
and lest we forget the Silent Killer. Excuse me. But then they've thrown a Moorheart onto the fire, which always sparks the flames. I say with Jeffrey.
Yeah, I think with Battlestar, they have pretty much the same core returning back. It's the same team, and they finished pretty good last year. They finished hot. I think they're a tight-knit group, and that's what really stands out for them. They do a lot of stuff off the field together, and that always helps. When you're in those tight games, it's good to know that you got your friends with you and you can rely on them and you kind of have good communication. So I think they're going to have a good year. I think they're going to be good.
And it does help out, especially in a season as this where there's been a little bit of shuffling going on for the fall season. So a lot of people have been moving around. In those first couple weeks, it's going to take a little bit of the chemistry to come in, find out exactly where you want to put your players. So for a team like Battlestar to have pretty much the core in there, and they got some good girls like Plusha, Karen, Lorraine's on the team as well. So they got that cohesiveness there. So that should give them a little jump start to the start of the fall season.
Yeah, they got the girls are solid all down the line. You mentioned Jeff Morehart. I think that was a huge pickup coming over from the Chubby Gangsters. So you're looking at they got some solid offensive power at the top with Michael Macy leading off. He can bunt, he can kick away, but then you get him on base, and then you got Jeff Morehart, coming up in the heart of that order. You can kick some bombs. So they can be a little bit dangerous. They could probably give some teams a run for their money, just like they gave JFK a run for their money late in the season when they tied them.
Definitely agree. A team to look out for on the rise for the last 2 seasons. And so that ends our first little segment here. We'll be doing 2 teams at a time, alphabetically as we stated. So that ends it for Battlestar and 5 O'Clockers. Team coming off a championship and a team looking to rise up into the upper echelon of the WAKA Peninsula. And we'll come back and we'll have the Burning Bridges and Chicken Tetrazzini next.